6 planes vanished without a trace. No wreckage, no distress call, just silence. This is the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, where reality bends and logic disappears. Imagine this. A squadron of 5 experienced U.S. Navy pilots takes off on a routine training mission on a clear December afternoon. The sun glints off their Avenger torpedo bombers as they soar over the turquoise waters southeast of Florida. Everything proceeds normally until it doesn't. Radio transmissions become increasingly frantic. Compasses going crazy. Ocean looks strange. Nothing seems right. Within hours, all 5 aircraft and their 14 crew members vanish without a trace. A massive rescue mission launches, only for one of the search planes to disappear too. Not a single piece of wreckage is ever found. This was Flight 19, December 1945, the disappearance that transformed a patch of ocean into the most infamous mystery on Earth, the Bermuda Triangle. Stretching roughly 500,000 square miles between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, this so-called Devil's Triangle has become a graveyard of legends. Tales of vanishing ships and planes permeate our culture, whispering of alien abductions, time warps, or the lost city of Atlantis reaching up to claim its victims. Columbus himself fueled early intrigue when he recorded bizarre compass readings and eerie lights in this region during his 1492 voyage. Centuries later, the legend grew with tragedies like the USS Cyclops in 1918, a massive Navy ship carrying 300 men that simply disappeared. No distress call, no wreckage, just silence. The disappearance has been one of the most baffling mysteries in the annals of the Navy. Officials confessed, a statement that sent shivers down the public spine. By 1964, writer Vincent Gaddis gave it a name, the Bermuda Triangle, and a pop culture phenomenon was born, amplified by bestsellers like Charles Berlitz's The Bermuda Triangle, which sold a staggering 14 million copies worldwide with tales of the supernatural. But what if the terrifying truth isn't supernatural at all? What if the real story lies in the collision of human fallibility and nature's raw, untamed power? Start with the environment. The Bermuda Triangle isn't just any stretch of water. It's a meteorological and oceanic battleground. It sits squarely in Hurricane Alley, where storms can explode from calm seas to towering walls of wind and water in terrifyingly short order. Imagine being a pilot encountering a sudden microburst, a violent downdraft capable of slamming an aircraft into the ocean before a mayday call can even be completed. Or picture a ship captain confronting a rogue wave, a monstrous, near-vertical wall of water reaching 100 feet high, once thought mythical but now confirmed by science. These solitary giants, born from the chaotic convergence of multiple storm systems and amplified by the Gulf Stream's powerful currents, possess enough force to snap a ship in half or bury it beneath thousands of tons of water, leaving little evidence behind. That same Gulf Stream, a raging underwater river warmer than the surrounding sea, also creates treacherous conditions. Its swift currents can quickly scatter debris across miles, making black box recovery incredibly difficult, while its warm waters interacting with cooler air can create dense, disorienting fog banks or infamous Flying Dutchman waterspouts, tornadoes over water that can easily spell doom for small vessels or low-flying planes. Adding another layer of danger are the region's hidden quirks. Navigators historically reported bizarre compass behavior within the triangle. While often exaggerated into tales of magnetic vortices, the reality involves a fascinating, albeit more mundane, geophysical fact, the agonic line. This is the point where true north, the geographic North Pole, and magnetic north, where compasses point, align. East of this line, compasses deviate slightly west. West of it, they deviate east. The agonic line runs directly through the Bermuda Triangle. A navigator unaware of this variation or failing to correct for it could gradually drift miles off course, especially before modern GPS. Imagine flying over a vast, featureless ocean expanse with a compass subtly misleading you. A small error becomes a massive deviation, potentially leading a fuel-starved aircraft or ship into the deepest, most remote waters where disaster strikes far from potential rescue. This navigational challenge, combined with the sheer volume of traffic passing through this heavily traveled corridor between the Americas, Europe, and the Caribbean statistically increases the likelihood of incidents occurring here compared to less frequented waters. Then there's us, the human factor. It's often the most overlooked element, yet perhaps the most crucial. Consider Lieutenant Charles Taylor, the flight leader of the doomed Flight 19. Radio transcripts reveal a seasoned pilot making baffling decisions. Instructed to fly west towards safety as darkness approached and weather deteriorated, Taylor instead insisted on heading east, deeper into the Atlantic. Why? Investigations later revealed troubling details. Taylor was likely suffering from a hangover, lacked his crucial wristwatch, and had a documented history of getting lost and even ditching planes twice before. His impaired judgment and stubbornness, amplified by stress and failing equipment, directly led his entire squadron into oblivion. This tragic case underscores a broader pattern. Fatigue, inadequate training, confirmation bias, and simple mistakes under pressure play a massive role in many triangle incidents. Pilots or sailors, spooked by the area's reputation, might misinterpret natural events or equipment glitches as something more sinister, leading to panic and poor decisions. Furthermore, the vast, blue sameness of the open ocean creates visual illusions. Without distinct landmarks, judging altitude, speed, or even the horizon can become perilously difficult, a phenomenon known as spatial disorientation. A pilot might unknowingly plunge their plane into the sea while believing they were level, especially during night flights or storms. So why does the myth persist so powerfully? Enter the engine of sensationalism. When Flight 19 vanished, newspapers hungry for a story began digging. They quickly connected it to older, unrelated maritime disasters and unexplained disappearances, weaving a narrative pattern that ignored critical context. Larry Kusch, a librarian and pilot, meticulously debunked this in his 1975 book, The Bermuda Triangle Mystery, Solved. He demonstrated how triangle authors like Berlitz engaged in shoddy research, omitting storms that explained sinkings, placing incidents far outside the triangle's boundaries, like the tanker VA Fog, which sank off Texas, and even fabricating details, like claiming all bodies vanished from the fog except the captain found sitting at his desk, clutching a coffee cup, a scene starkly contradicted by Coast Guard photos of recovered bodies. Kusch's groundbreaking research proved the number of disappearances in the Triangle was not statistically higher than in any other similarly trafficked part of the ocean, a conclusion supported by Lloyd's of London, the world's leading maritime insurer, which does not charge higher premiums for Triangle voyages, and the U.S. Coast Guard. Yet, the allure of mystery proved more profitable. TV specials, documentaries focusing on supernatural theories, and blockbuster books prioritized spine-tingling what-ifs over verifiable evidence, capitalizing on our primal fascination with the unknown. As skeptic researcher Ernest Taves noted, the market was heavily biased towards the sensational, making it hard for factual corrections to gain traction. Science, however, offers the most compelling closure. Modern oceanography and meteorology have dismantled the paranormal explanations piece by piece. Those strange compass variations? Perfectly understood magnetic declination, not anomalies. The legend of methane gas bubbles erupting from the seabed to swallow ship's hull? While methane hydrates exist, the scale needed to create a ship-swallowing cavity is implausible. Experiments show ships can weather small releases, and such events would leave obvious surface scars never observed after alleged vanishings. The idea of electronic fog or time warps. Pure science fiction with no basis in observed physics. Instead, agencies like the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, and the U.S. Navy consistently attribute incidents to the complex interplay of verified natural hazards, the violent weather, the powerful currents, the shallow reefs posing navigational hazards, and the ever-present potential for human error. Even the lack of debris has a rational explanation. The Gulf Stream's relentless flow rapidly disperses wreckage, while the deep ocean trenches within the Triangle can swallow evidence whole, making recovery missions extraordinarily difficult. A 2013 Worldwide Fund for Nature, WWF, study on the world's most dangerous waters didn't even include the Bermuda Triangle, further underscoring its manufactured notoriety. Ultimately, the Bermuda Triangle's enduring power lies not in ghosts or interdimensional portals, but in the very real, awe-inspiring, and occasionally terrifying power of nature itself. It's a region where the Gulf Stream flexes its might, where weather systems collide with explosive consequences, and where the vast, trackless ocean can still humble our most advanced technology. The true wonder isn't a manufactured mystery. It's the genuine, profound power of the sea. So, the next time you hear a chilling tale of a plane vanishing into thin air or a ship consumed by an otherworldly fog, remember Flight 19, Lieutenant Taylor, and the storm he flew into. Remember the USS Cyclops, likely claimed by a rogue wave in a raging tempest. Remember the meticulous work of researchers like Larry Kusch and the calm assessments of the Coast Guard and NOAA. The Devil's Triangle doesn't defy the laws of nature. It showcases them in their most dramatic and unforgiving form. Its greatest trick wasn't making ships disappear. It was making us look away from the logical, the explainable, and the profound natural forces that truly govern our planet. The ocean remains deep and mysterious enough without needing invented curses. Its real power, beauty, and danger are more than sufficient to command our respect and wonder. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more documentaries like this. Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.